everybody. My name is Alyssa Suarez, and I am so excited to get to talk to you a little bit about my peace experience with the Matsunaga Institute. So, a little bit about me. I graduated from the University of Hawaii in 2018, and I was a part of a bunch of different other organizations too. I was involved in Phi Mu sorority. I also was involved in Campus Center Board, which is one of our student government groups. I also did a bunch of other clubs, service-oriented clubs, Relay for Life. I was involved with the YMCA, the Atherton branch, where we did a service trip to Molokai. And yeah, that's just a little bit about my college experience. And so let's talk about some beasts. So what brought me to the Matsunaga Institute? So at the time, I was getting my Bachelor of Arts in Sociology, and I had a little bit of extra time. What is it called? Before I graduated. So my counselor suggested that I pick up a certificate. So after going through all of the kind of certificate descriptions and everything, I came upon the Peace Studies undergraduate certificate. And I just thought that it lined up perfectly with, my values and my morals. And I was just genuinely curious on knowing more about peace strategies, conflict resolution, and just overall just more like better ways to problem solve and everything like that. So I decided to add on that certificate. So that is, yeah. So a little bit about my classes. I took just an array of different classes. Here I'm pictured on the graduation ceremony with Brian Hallett, and he was actually my PACE 412 instructor. I believe he was another one of my instructors for a different course, but I just remember all of the staff being super amazing, super helpful and nice, and they just knew a lot of information when it came to just everything. They're just the most amazing teachers, and flexible. They were just amazing. So yeah, so that was a little bit about my classes. So at the end of my course, I had to do a practicum and an internship. I decided to do that at the Matsunaga Institute, the student office. So I worked specifically with the education specialist, Jose Barzola, and it was such an awesome experience. Throughout the semester, we got to go to events. I remember specifically assisting in, I believe, like the Hiroshima events. There was just so many that I had amazing experience with, and I was able to meet people that I didn't think that I would ever meet before. I remember meeting one of Hawaii's former governors, and just a lot of amazing, smart, driven people at these events. And then I also, part of my culminating project was the Instagram page. So I helped develop that and was in charge of it for the first up until I graduated. I did, graduate spotlights. I highlighted events that we were kind of working towards and stuff. And now that I've graduated, it's kind of moved on and formed a new life of its own. While I was pursuing the graduate certificate, I also got the opportunity to get the Peace Corps Prep certificate. So I was actually part of the first group that got the certificate, which was like super, super cool. And I remember getting it. It was focused on youth and development. So I was able to kind of volunteer with different groups and just earn those hours. And then at the end, I got a little certificate just to kind of, just kind of add on. And that was just a cool kind of fun surprise that I got at the end, because I wasn't expecting, this to be another opportunity that I could get through the Matsunaga Institute. But to be able to, get that just in case, I wanted to go to the Peace Corps or just, it's just, kind of another thing that was really cool. So yeah, and then bringing my peace studies knowledge to life. So um, a big kind of experience for me after I graduated was there was a part of me that didn't have a direction in where I wanted to go in life. And so I graduated with my sociology degree and, everything, but I was just kind of lost. So a big thing for me after graduation was volunteering and traveling. So I actually got the opportunity to go to Peru, and so I was able to volunteer at a elementary school in an impoverished area. It was in the town called Pachacutec, and it was such an amazing experience. I didn't really, with the Peace like Corps prep certificate, I, wanted to join the Peace Corps, but I wasn't exactly sure of how I kind of wanted to do it. If I wanted to just like go out there and, so this volunteer experience to Peru was a great opportunity for me to find out how life is in a different country and, how everything kind of flows and moves and that kind of stuff. So I just thought it was an amazing kind of experience. And I was able to kind of I was able to bring like my peace studies to the school that I was working in. So, I taught them about like how to, you know, resolve conflicts between each other. And I was able to, just bring all that kind of peace studies knowledge that I learned in this program to these little kids. As you can see, they're hugging there. But it was just such an amazing experience. Another one of my things is in my current field. So I am currently in the behavioral therapy field. I work with autistic individuals and those with developmental disabilities, and I have learned just how to kind of problem solve and how to talk through things. And that's a big thing that the Matsunaga Institute taught me, is to just kind of step back, assess things, and just kind of reevaluate and like, okay, what is the best approach and what is the most, like it was, that's kind of how it helped me. So, and then also in graduate school, I definitely have picked up a lot of the kind of same things and just implement in graduate school and bring it to kind of my life now.